I wanted to build a truck for $2,500, and that's including the truck price. So my cousin had this step side he had for a long time. He offered to me for $1,000, and I went over and checked out the frame. As long as we have a good frame to start from, I believe that is a great foundation, and we can go from there. But this truck is more than just a good frame. It has a good body. It runs good, it moves, and there's nothing really wrong with it, just it needs some maintenance, right? So I gave him $1,000 for this truck. I brought it home. We're gonna build this truck for $2,500 or less. That means wheels and tires, that means a paint job, that means making stuff sound good, making things look good, and making this truck enjoyable to drive and enjoyable to look at. All right, before we get into the main video of the day, I'm gonna go check out some trucks. I met this guy and he has a bunch of trucks like I have, motors and stuff. This guy says he has a bunch of stuff, even body parts and stuff. So we're gonna go check it out. He's probably not comfortable with me filming, so maybe I'll get a glimpse of it. He just said he had a bunch of Chevy trucks around his house. So I'm gonna go there real quick, see what we end up with, and then I'll be back in here to talk about what we're doing. All right, so talk to the boy. He has a bumper that I need. The bumper is a brand new bumper. The truck was being redone, it looked like, and a big wall fell on it, and he got it for cheap. So the bumper is basically brand new. Now, this guy has all kinds of parts from 88 to 95, man. He's got everything that I'd ever need, and he's gonna go ahead and take the bumper off because everybody knows that those bumpers suck to take off. And we're getting ready to go home and take my bumper off, and you're gonna see it's not very easy. There's gonna be broken bolts. My bumper's in pretty bad shape, so I'm just gonna cut holes in the back so I can get to the bolts. And when he gets me mine, I can just bolt it right on, or whatever, however he takes it off. I don't know if he's taking the brackets off or the whole bumper, or just the bumper piece. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna go take off the bumper. So here is my bumper now. As you can see, it has rust holes, so I just expanded the rust holes so I can get to the bolts, and it should be pretty easy to take off. Alright, finally got this bumper off. You can see it's pretty rusty. I mean, it can be repaired if you're painting it or something, but it's pretty nasty. I don't even know if I could even, there's no way I could get those balls off of there. Look at that. No way. But here's all this stuff. I'm gonna actually clean all this up, paint it up, everything. This cross member looks rough, but it's actually in really decent shape. Look at that, pretty solid. Clean all this rust out of there, clean it all up. That way it'll look good, the hitch and everything. Why not? We're here, right? There we go. Good old coat hanger, holding the exhaust up. Like I said, this stuff looks bad, but it's actually pretty solid. So I'm gonna clean all this up. Oh, I left my ratchet laying over there, but anyway, we went ahead and got the bumper on. It's all cleaned up. The hitch is all cleaned up and painted. We're gonna go pick up some wheels for the old 88 Chevy that we have. They're gonna need a little bit of cleaning up, but for the price, I can make them look all right, and we can do something with them. They hold air, there's no cracks or any major dents or dings. There's a little bit of scratches, and the bolts are broke off where the middle pieces go, but other than that, I think they'll look pretty good. So let's go ahead over to the truck and let the tailgate down, pull one out, and we're gonna see how wide they are. I got a tape measure right here, and we'll see how wide they are and see if they'll even fit on this truck, because this truck before had 10-inch wide Dixie Pex, I think they are, rims on this truck with the front raised up with the torsion bars, I'm pretty sure. Which we'll get into that here in a little bit. I am going to raise the torsion bars for now on this thing. I do have a leveling kit and all that stuff that you need to drop the front end, because you'll see why it's bad to crank your torsion bars here in a little bit. But let's go over to the bed and check out these wheels. All right. These are the wheels. As you can see, there's a ding in it, and they need shined up a little bit. I am going to repaint this with the theme of the truck, and we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. As you can see, this is super easy to come off. But what we're going to do today is actually see how wide these are. So you want to go to inside to inside. You never go on the outside. So we're looking at 10-inch wide wheels. These are 15s. Another way you can tell what size your wheel is look on the back here somewhere. You'll see a lot of different numbers and stuff. At least it says in USA, but as you can see, it says 15 by 10. So let's jack up the Chevy and throw it on there, and let's see what it will look like, because I'm kind of curious on what it would look like. So there's what it's going to look like. Like I said, I'll clean them up, make them look a lot better. That's how wide they are. But I think it's going to look pretty sick with the theme we're going with. So, heck yeah. Got the wheel back on. I'm going to talk about the body. As you can see, it needs some body work. There's a hole there and a little bit of fiberglass that needs touched up over there. I already took the step side plastics off. They just pop up. We're going to restore those. We also took the plastic strips off the side and got all the glue off. We went ahead and got the truck all sanded down, and we got the glue off of it from the strips. And we were thinking about doing a nice paint job, or this paint job, or this paint job. We was thinking about several different paint jobs, and what I wanted to factor in, how bad the body was and how bad the bed was. Now, there is some fiberglass coming off the bed on the corners there, but I'm going to go ahead and repair that with some fiberglass. And to actually get this truck to look really, really, really decent with a high gloss finish, it's going to be a lot of prep work, and it's going to be a lot of time and a lot of money in it just to make it look decent. What I was going to do is actually get paint, automotive paint that you can roll on, and I had a technique to show you guys. It's called rolling, and at the end you tip it. And you know, I learned this from an old timer, and I learned it from the internet. And Hot Rod Garage actually painted a car with a roller, and it came out really, really well. But the technique that I was going to show you guys is you roll your paint on, and you go ahead and take a brush that's been wet a little bit with paint, and you wipe it. You just wipe it real lightly, and it gets all the air bubbles out, and it leaves you with an almost level finish. Now, a lot of people on YouTube, they'll roll on a paint job and they'll get a lot of orange peel because the bubbles pop and it leaves a lot of orange peel. But when you roll on the paint and use that brush to swipe those air bubbles out, you get almost a flat surface, and then you have a real nice surface to actually sand it back and buff it, and you have a really, really nice finish. But unfortunately, we cannot do this with this truck because there's a lot of prep work that needs done and a little bit of body panels that would need bought to actually do that. It wouldn't be in our budget to do that. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go with an Army themed truck. We always have plan B. We already had this planned out. If this wasn't going to work, we were going to do this anyway. The next couple episodes that you guys are going to be seeing, they're going to be us starting to actually make the truck look really, really well. So we're going to go with a Army themed truck. Now, I always wanted to do this to a Chevy truck. We're going to redo the interior. We're going to put a black piece up here, a new black piece. We're going to get black panels and black dash pieces and everything for the truck. And we're actually going to get a seat cover for this and all that good stuff. So we're going to go with an Army themed style vehicle. And a lot of people is like, blah, 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 same old thing. But I think this one's going to look pretty cool because I cannot really find one online with time put into it. And I'll show you guys that you can make this look really good in your backyard. This is the whole goal of this truck. $2,500. That's buying the truck and getting the parts to fix it, to get it mobile, and showing you guys that you can make an awesome looking truck in your backyard. This is in my backyard. Yeah, I can go to a shop and do this stuff, but I'm doing all this in the backyard because I want to show you guys that you can do it. So we're going with an Army green style, something like this. The bumpers are going to be matte black. The mirrors are going to be matte black and stuff like that. The wipers matte black. Just the grill's already matte black. Get new tail lights, new headlights, and this is all within the budget. We got rims now. We got to buy tires. I want to get a lift kit. I have a leveling kit, but I want to get a lift kit. I think we'll have about $200 extra left over from this build. So now you guys have an idea what's going on. I've already prepped this truck. I got to do a little bit more sanding and a little bit more body work. There's a hole there and all that stuff. It's not in the budget to buy a fender, so we're just going to patch it for right now. Like I said, I'm not restoring this truck. I'm showing you guys that you can make a budget truck awesome and drivable and look good at the same time. But the next video you should be seeing, it might be maybe a week or two late. Just depends because shipping right now is crazy due to the disease that's going all over the world right now. But I got the stuff coming in the mail to actually get this thing painted up. The truck's running perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all sound to go now. The only thing that I got to get for it now is e-brakes for the rear because somebody cut them off when they put a rear end in this truck. Mechanically, everything's done. Just looking at the paint job, tires, rims, lift kit, and stuff like that. And we do have to get a windshield because this one is busted. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's busted. And we're going to mess with the interior. So stay tuned. This is going to be an awesome build. I'm kind of excited because I've never really did a long series like this before. And I'm pretty excited. And it's just straight up backyard fun. This is stuff that I did growing up. And yeah, I could go get this truck restored and spend tons of money on it. But what's the fun in that? Everybody does that every day. And I'm not going to restore a truck this model anyway. If I'm going to restore a truck, it's going to be, you know, the early 80s or 70s. So, yeah. I know this episode's kind of all over the place, but this is just me getting things prepped and ready for the build for the truck. And we all know that takes time. And I just want to take you guys with me on the journey and show you what it takes and show you what I'm doing just to get it prepped. I've cut a lot of the prep work out because I don't want to bore you. But we went around like you've seen, and we got some wheels, and we got a new bumper, and we got the body sanded down. It's all ready. Just wanted to show you guys that, you know, you can do this in your backyard and still have fun, still save money, and have a truck that looks pretty awesome. I went ahead and cleaned up the frame and put frame paint on it. It's made for frames, supposed to keep corrosion and salt from eating the frame. I think it turned out really well. I did both frame rails on both sides and even did the hitch. And I must say this frame's in really good shape for the year, and it still has a lot of life left in it. I think it turned out great, and once we get it painted, it'll make the truck pop. Now, I want to show you guys what happens when you crank your torsion bars up. I've already cranked these ones up, and as you can see, that ball joint angle is a big no-no. Now, the right way to do this is actually get the upper control arms from Rough Country and the other keys, and you should be all right to go up about 1 inch or 2. But as you can see, when you crank your keys up, it puts your ball joint at an extreme angle, which that's not a big deal. It'll be all right, but it'll wear out your front end parts a lot faster. these ball joints are super easy to change. But what I recommend doing if you're wanting to level your pickup from 88 to 98, get a leveling kit from Rough Country. You can get it with the keys, the blocks in the back if you even wanted a little lift kit or whatever. They have different options, but get the keys and get the upper control arms. That'll make your upper ball joint a lot better, and it wouldn't be on a steep angle like that. Another thing happens when you crank up your keys. This thing rides like a daggone potato wagon, and if you hit a pothole, it'll probably throw you through the windshield. That's probably why the windshield's busted, because it rides like a rock. But for now, that's how we're going to drive it. We're not going to do any major off-roading in this thing at the moment or anything like that. But we're eventually going to get either a lift kit or put the leveling kit on it. I don't know which one yet, but that's in the future after we get everything sorted out with the outside and all the finish done and the interior. And then we can start with the lift or whatever we're going to do, because the tires are going to be last. Because when it gets down to it, the windshield needs to be replaced, then the tires. That way I can get an inspection. Because I want this truck to be roadworthy, just because I'm showing you guys that you can build these trucks in your backyard with tools from Walmart, Harbor Freight, whatever, and you guys can do this also. So don't be discouraged when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. Take pride in what you do, because a lot of people might laugh in the way you finish it or how you did stuff or even doing stuff on YouTube. But here's the thing. Somebody started the same way you did, and now they're owning a multi-million-dollar garage. So have faith in yourself, enjoy what you're doing, and have fun. I'm having fun with this thing. I'm having all kinds of fun with this, playing with this thing. It's fun. It brought back some childhood memories, so I love it. The whole point of these episodes is to show you guys that you can build any kind of truck, any kind of car, whatever it may be, in your backyard without a garage, with tools from Harbor Freight, because that's what I've mostly been using. And you can build an awesome truck, and you can have something you can be proud of and drive around and say, I fixed that, I put the money in that, I put the time in it. And yeah, I can take this truck to a shop, I can take this truck and tear it down, strip it down to the frame and redo it and everything, but that's not the whole point of my channel or the videos. It's to show you guys at home that you can do all this in your backyard, no matter where you live, and have a pretty awesome truck at the end of the day.